I wanted to see if I can create an expensive commercial with just AI footage. Now to make things harder, I set a timer for myself. 2 hours. And after working hard and praying that it generates fastly,
Come on bro, I know you can do it, please generate.
the time has run out. So let me show you what I created, and after I tell you exactly what tools and workflows I used to generate the footage and how I turned the boring AI generation into an actually good commercial. So we are in DaVinci Resolve. This is where the project was done in 2 hours, and inside of the 2 hours I was thinking about 20 minutes for what the idea should be, because I knew I wanted to create an AI video as fast as possible and make it as good as possible. And I was like, okay, let's make an advertisement. And then I realized we are working with AI, so let's make it as creative as I can with some funny things like fighting a crocodile here or something like this. Where is it? Yeah, fighting a crocodile right here. I have this idea. Let's make an ad for somebody like Revolut Experience, for example, who sells these experiences. And so I wanted to tell a very simple story, and the very simple story is somebody who is working all day and doesn't live their life suddenly realize that you should live your dreams, live your life the best way you can, and then starts having these crazy experiences. And this could have been 100 times better if I spent more time on it, but again, my goal was to see what can I do in 2 hours. So the way I started is I have this video prompt set in Claude that I can say like, hey, create a Family Guy like prompt. I want to create a scene where somebody is working on his laptop at night. This is where it all started. I figured out I wanted to make it in the style of Family Guy. If you want to know the exact prompt I used, check the link in the description and I will send it to your email. So I had this prompt and I came here into Flow and I started creating these videos. For the first generation, this is one of the videos. The story is very important here because you can use AI to create cool videos. If there is no story, if there is nothing, it won't really matter. So what I did is I was like, let's make a frame on the wall where they see their father who said, live your dreams. I know this doesn't really make sense, but it gets the point across because it gets the feeling across that you look at your father's picture and live your dreams. This was my next generation, but as you see, he's talking like I don't want that, and it's like weird text right here. And here we check, this was bad as well. So what did I do? I downloaded this one because I saw that after this point it's just blinking, which was quite cool actually. I knew what I can do with this, so I downloaded this and I just came into Photoshop and I dragged in a frame that was the first frame of this new AI footage, right? And what I did, I just made it smaller and I Photoshop filled the sides of it basically. So just let me show you an example. I just generative fill and just let it create, and as you can see, it doesn't really generate it well. Now we don't have the text, at least here. You could play around with this more, but this is a cool hack that I use to use Photoshop to make the frame bigger so I can play around with it more. I can zoom into it more, I can zoom out more, and then what I did, I just put a text, live your dream. And I knew that if I leave it like this, kind of works, but if I want to make it really feel like it's in the frame, I have to change some settings around and I have to blend it into the picture. I changed the composition and I actually went with this probably, and now it feels like it's written on the wall. And now after I have this, I exported the picture out. This is it right here, by the way. And when I went back to DaVinci Resolve, I have the background right here. This is the picture that we have. This is the video that we have. And I just made sure it's at the same place, as you can see. And the video has the blinking, but the picture has the information. And I just cropped the video so it's not interfering with my picture. And this way I had a video that is moving and also has the text that I want. Then I just continued with these generations, but the big key that I think was for this part right here is sound design for one and zooming for the other. So me not just leaving the clip like it is, but adding zoom and adding some color and adding some grain changed everything because it blended the clips together. If I wouldn't have dynamic zoom on every clip, it would be so boring. So as you can see, every clip has some kind of zoom, zooming out, zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. But the most important part is the sound design, because in order to feel real, we have to make sure the sound is good. So first I chose a song, and I knew I wanted to choose a song that has a drop part, which is very good, and I like it, and it's badass. Like, it has to feel epic and badass. So I put the drop part exactly at where this video starts, and then just drag it out until I feel like it. I knew I didn't want music in the beginning because I wanted to have some like silence, but I knew that I had to have the music, so it starts building up the story. It starts to feel like, okay, something is about to happen. This was all the plan until the montage part, that okay, something has to happen soon. And this is why I chose this music that has a great drop, and I build it up. I build it up with volume because it doesn't really have a build up on its own. I mean, it kind of has, but I had to play in it, so there is like a build up with the volume. And then what I did is I have the music, and then on the sound effects I have the what you can see is happening type of sounds, and then I have the type of sounds that you can't see happening. Let me tell you an example. Here, what you can see happening, he's typing on the keyboard. So we want to hear somebody typing on the keyboard. But I have sounds like whooshes, what you can't really see. Like, you can't see whoosh. And this is what I always say, that you have to layer your sound design. It's not enough to have sound for what's happening in the picture. You also have to have sound which helps the story move forward. So I have a whoosh to start it off, to give it a good feeling. I almost always do this. And then I start building out the word. I have an ambience space sound right here. Let's hear it. This plays until this part. I actually have it fucked up. So this plays until the part where he's depressed, and this signals that he's depressed and kind of like doesn't know what to do. And this gives the ambience of the space. It ties together this footage with this footage because it has the same ambient sound. And then I have two risers. I have a single riser right here, and I have a whoosh long, which is a long whoosh. And as you can see, it builds up perfectly. And then we come to the part where we have some other sound design. So for this, I knew I wanted to hear him say woohoo or something like this. As you can hear. Here the plan was to show, okay, somebody is recording his Lamborghini, or him recording his own Lamborghini. I had the vertical video right here, and then I put an iPhone camera on top of that. And now it feels like somebody's recording, and now it gives you perspective because it's not just AI videos. It feels like, okay, somebody's living in this world and taking photo of a Lamborghini. And we have a oh sound, like, okay, how amazing is this? Again, the same sound effect, but the second part of it was a woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, and I put it here, so it feels like, okay, he's so happy driving. But also I knew I had to like put engine sound here, like this is obvious. The next one, it's actually a lion roar because I couldn't find a crocodile sound, and this lion roar is perfect for this. One important thing that I want to show you also is it's not all about VO. It's not generated. Something is transferred. For example, this right here is an actual video from Pexels that I changed to this. So this was the original video, as you can see, and I put it in the style of our commercial right here. And what I did, I just took the first frame of this right here in Luma Labs, and I went to Creo.ai and I gave him my prompt, which I did with Cloud as well here. Yep, I have it right here. Now I want to turn this frame into a Family Guy style one, and it gave me the prompt. I asked him to write in plain text, and I put it in here, and it created me this frame. And then I went back to Luma. So I came in, I edit my video, I edit 5 seconds of the video. Here is how I downloaded the start frame, and then I said apply. And after apply, I could click here with modify, and I could add a start frame. And this is where I uploaded our picture that I did. And now if I sent the video, it generated me the whole video in the style of the start frame. And this is how I created this right here that I just took from real life and turned it into our own style, and I could build on it. If you want to learn more about AI content creation, just check the link in the description. And if you want to see how I easily create high-level infographics for my own videos and for my client work, check the video right here on the screen.